Okay, so the first thing that we need to learn for any crochet for doing any stitch is we need to learn how to get our yarn to attach to the hook. So we need to do a slip knot. So some people will do a slip knot like this where they'll make a loop with their fingers and pull the yarn through the loop like so. Do that again. So real slow, we're going to make a loop with our yarn so that we have a hole here, and we're going to reach through the hole while holding with our fingers and grab the yarn through to make another loop. And this will go up and down, or you can place it on your hook and tighten it. Don't want it super tight so that you can't get it off, but that's a way to do a slip knot. When I'm doing mine, I like to take my hook like so, and I'll take the yarn and I will wrap it around my hook with the yarn going over the hook like this, crossing it in front, and then yarning over and pulling through. That's how I do it. I'll do that again. So I take the yarn, I put it over top of my hook. I'm going to pinch the yarn right here with my fingers. I'm going to take the tail around, and I'm going to grab hold of the tail and let go of the other side of the yarn. Then I'm going to take this yarn and I'm going to wrap it around the back of my hook, and then I'm going to pull the yarn through that loop like that. Whichever way works for you is fine. Practice either way, find out what's comfortable for you. But the first thing that we need to learn is how to chain. So I like to hold this tail with my fingers along the crochet hook. I'm going to take my yarn, this is my working yarn here, I'm going to wrap it behind my hook and over it. Call that yarn over. Then we're going to pull the yarn or the hook down, making sure that we catch the yarn. I like to turn my hook a little bit so it doesn't snag on the previous stitch. And we're going to pull up a loop. That's one chain. Do that again, switching to holding the tail with my fingers that my hook is holding. I'm going to wrap the yarn behind my crochet hook and then over top, switching, holding the tail to my other hand. Then I'm going to pull my hook down, make sure to grab the yarn and pull through the hole. So we have a stitch there. One more time, hold the tail with my right hand. I'm going to take the yarn in my left hand, wrap it behind the crochet hook and over, switch the tail to my left hand so that I can pull with my right hand, my hook down, grabbing the yarn as I'm going on the hook and pull it through the stitch to get a chain. Do that a couple more times. Get up close here for you. Wrap it behind and over, and then pull down and through. You want to make sure that you're not doing this too tight, otherwise it will be impossible to work into. Now, another way to do this that my daughter, who's 8 years old, how she learned is she will hold the hook in her hand like this. She'll take the yarn, go behind and over, and move the yarn up to make a stitch. So again, holding the hook steady, she will take the yarn, go behind and over, and then grab the yarn and move the yarn up. This was easier for her to do while learning for making the chains. She hasn't had to change how she does any of the other stitches. This was just an easier way for her to chain with her smaller hands. So once again, holding the hook steady in your hand, you're going to take the yarn, wrap it behind and over, and then take the yarn and just pull it up on the hook, like so. Do that again. Pull it up. We'll go nice and slow this time. Go behind, over, grab the yarn, and pull it up and over the hook. Either way, it works. And that's how you chain. Making a chain is very important. So until you get used to this, I would say just practice making the chain. And that's our first instructional, is the chain stitch. I hope you enjoyed this quick little tutorial. I'll show you both options again. And again, take your time. It's not learned overnight. It takes time, and everybody learns differently. So whether you do it a way like I do, where you're pulling the hook, or the way my daughter does, where you're pulling the yarn. These are two options of how to do a chain stitch. So the first one, again, I'm going to hold the chain in my right hand, take the yarn in my left, wrap it around and behind and over. Then I'm going to switch it to my left hand. Holding it still, I'm going to take the hook, turn it so that it grabs the yarn and comes through the hole. Once again, switching it to my right hand. Left hand using the working yarn, I'm going to go behind and over, switch the chain to my left hand, and pull the hook down and through. That was option 1. Option 2, the hook's going to stay still. We're going to take the yarn in our left hand, same as before. We're going to go behind and over, grab the chain, but instead of moving the hook, we're going to physically move the yarn up and over that hook. Again, behind and over, grab your yarn, and you're going to take the yarn, move it up, and pull it over your hook. If you enjoyed this tutorial, make sure to like the video and be sure to be following my channel so that you can be informed of when our next tutorial comes up, which will be the single crochet. Okay, have a great day, everyone.